Jew.
Jew, Jew.
Anyway, how is everyone doing?
Meh.
Of course, you're saying meh.
What do you mean? I just sit through the same house session hearing you yap. I didn't
Hearing
like
me.
it. You yap and all of them yap. Three
Well,
house
maybe you don't
sessions.
have to hear me yap.
Why the
After
fuck
I
is
choose this
Mason here?
goddamn
Why is
fucking
Mason here?
expulsion, you get the
Oh my
fuck out the
god, get
goddamn
Mason.
Senate.
Huh? Oh, shiver me timbers.
Shut up.
Yeah, shiver me timbers. Yeah, good boy. Yeah. Let me say hi to Mason real quick.
Is that Mason? Is that Mason? Hold up. Oh, hey, Mason. All right, idiots, take your seats.
I'm kind of already sitting down, Bubba.
Tom, I don't care. Sit down. Take your seat.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you. Thank you. I think Mason disappeared. That's a good thing.
Mason
Anyway,
was the guy. Anyway.
he's still in game.
What's Cloudsy doing? Ugh.
I don't know.
Where's Barbara? Barbara,
No idea.
where are you?
Everyone is gone. I feel like they're exploring. Give me a second. Am I being lovebirds?
Where's Madam Barbara? Oh,
Oh my god.
Sorry, I was doing my amazing job as majority leader, unlike whoever was majority leader before me. Oh, I was locked in, getting good work done.
Alrighty. Hmm. Alright, we have the Sergeant at Arms here, right?
yeah, that's
he's
Unc
He's
Payne.
right here.
This man exists. Unc
Ah.
Payne, a true American.
Yeah,
patriot.
I'm here, sir.
Good to hear.
True American.
Maybe let's see a
patriot.
Paul Simon, but I'm here.
You're being R6, and I'm giving you custom Capitol Police stuff, so just stand right there and don't do anything.
Please give me a second here.
You.
Because if I get the wrong gavel, it's gonna piss y'all off.
Rise.
Wait. Kira. No.
Jew. Anyway,
Highway,
no, don't
rise
say it.
and walk. Let's go.
Oh. Am I being
Stand there.
Sit down. What was he doing to that chair?
Huh?
Stand on that wall, Pyro.
That's what
Right
I
there.
did to your mom last night.
See, stop hitting that gavel. I'm taking all of your tools.
Okay, fine.
You will give me 2 minutes so I can get the Capitol Police guy set up.
Do you really care about the Capitol Police? You know what?
If I'm going to have this live streamed, if there's going to be photos taken, which I intend on always taking photos every session, then I expect the people guarding the Senate chamber to look presentable.
You know, that is true.
Thank you. I know.
You know what? I'm gonna change my hat. Just.
Oh wait, I remember the last strawberry news release. President Pro Tempore McCord has shouting match with minority leader as leader walks out of the chamber, resigns after.
We've seen.
Yes, that hoe resigned. Thank God. He had to be gone.
Thank God indeed. First gentleman of the United States, Senator
refresh.
Barbara Reed breaks filibuster record on the Senate floor tonight in protest of the minority leader.
USR or
Get ready for another gun speech tonight.
no, Joshua. Have
There was a
Nah,
shooting at the White House. What the hell do
fine.
you want me to do? Just sit there and be silent? My home was shot
at
at
least
this time.
let
The
me.
Oh, no,
exact
hold
thing,
on, hold
the
on,
exact
hold on,
thing
hold
I
on.
warned would happen last night.
Hold on. Let's calm down now.
I'm calm. I'm just saying, be ready for it. I'm letting you guys know.
I agree. You know what? I agree. Where's Christian? Because he's in the game and I don't think he's in the
He's in the stage. He's in the stage. He's literally
Then
right there.
let him up.
I don't have perms to let him up.
Oh, I apologize. Bubba, can you pretty please let him up? Thank
Thank
you.
you all. Thank you all. Thank you all.
I know you can
Uh,
shut up. Anyway. Is that everyone?
I guess.
All right, let me shut up. The Senate will come to order. Due to previous order, the Journal of Last Days Proceedings is hereby reviewed and approved. The prayer will be offered by the gentleman. Ooh, oh. The prayer will be offered by the gentleman from Appalachia. This time, let's try something different.
Oh, okay. Let me sit right back down. Oh, wait, no, I still stand with the prayer. Oopsies.
Dear
Mute
Lord,
by my head.
I mean, no, not. Dear Lord, we stand here today in our wonderful Senate chamber.
Is this bitch
By
gonna
your
get that
grace
stuff
and your love, we stand here to make laws for the people of the United States. In your blessing, by the Lord Jesus. Amen. Short and sweet.
Oh, that was short.
Mr.
That was
Chair.
good.
Yeah, I know.
That was
I'm not
really
good.
good. That was short
Alright.
and good. I like it. The Pledge of Allegiance will
Amen.
be led by the chair. All stand. Don't, as I said before, and as I say in every single session, don't say it out loud. Who made us all jump?
You will
Anyway,
stand for the pledge.
uh, anyway, don't say it out loud. Say it in your head. If you say it out loud, I will be kicking you out the Senate. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Under the
Don't
Texas
even.
flag, I pledge
I,
allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Liberty and justice.
the Senate will be in goddamn order. This happens every session, Christian. You'll get used to it. Uh,
Uh-oh. Somebody's knocking.
did someone drop something? Anyway, uh, you and I move it. You and I unanimously move into a period. Who just joined me? Oh no, I'm scared. You and I move. You and I get to move into leadership time. Does the majority leader like to be recognized?
Yes, Mr. President.
The gentleman is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will give you guys advance warning. I do plan on making a speech on the floor tonight. It will not be a filibuster. At least I don't intend on it being a filibuster. I'd like to remind everyone the last time I filibustered was because the Senate Minority Leader at the time pissed me off and interrupted me 3 times during my opening speech, which only was 5 minutes. So I decided that I would do a spontaneous filibuster in that moment against him and against his bill. So if we don't have any problems, I won't filibuster, even though there are a lot of things I could say, and there are a lot of things I will still say, tonight on this floor. I'm not going to get into what's going to be said, but I'm pretty sure if you guys know what's happened recently earlier today with the news, then you will be pretty well aware of the things I will be saying on the floor tonight in front of my colleagues in the United States Senate chamber. I do want to apologize if my mood is snappy or if I seem down, but it's been, well, in case some of you aren't aware, a very, very rough day. Mr. President, I yield.
The chair, the sergeant, the chair directs the sergeant arms to remove the gentleman out the chamber. Who is this orange redhead thing that's currently blocking our?
Is that
Yo,
Chancellor
you
Valorn
guys can
from
ban him.
Star Wars?
Get the fuck. You are allowed to get him the fuck out of there. I know him from other mock governments, and he's randomly joining me, like the like the last Senate session I was in. God, I fucking hated that.
The Senate
But
will be in
yeah,
order. The Senate will be in order. Thank you. He just joined back. Give me a second. He's apparently he's my friend. I need to unfriend him, but give me 2 seconds. Let me
I'm
ban
gonna keep him
him.
friendly because I have actual reasons to. But yeah, you guys are all free to like ban his ass. I don't care.
Anyway,
All right, I'm gonna go back to it. See you
I
guys.
never exited. Shut up. Anyway, the gentleman will reclaim his time.
I yield my time, actually, Mr. President.
Does the minority leader like to speak? Would the minority leader like to speak? Tom. Would you like to speak?
Oh, my bad. I was getting some food.
Of course you
Yeah,
were.
sure.
Uh,
Um,
the
Mr.
gentleman is the gentleman is recognized for 5 seconds.
Mr. President, I don't want to hear it from you. I saw you getting 6 Big Macs
The
at
gentleman's
McDonald's.
the gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman's words have been stricken off the record. Your expulsion is coming next. Do not play with me. Sit down. Did you not hear me, or do I have to literally get the sergeant at arms to sit you
No,
down
I need to turn
myself?
on my hearing aid to hear you, Yappity. Anyway,
Thank you. We will now move into a period of morning business. I suspend the chair to Senator Reed. Get up there. Mr. President. Oh my
The
fucking
Senate will be
god.
back in order.
Mr. President.
The honorable gentleman from New England.
I would I wish to revise and I wish to extend and revise my remarks for 10 minutes.
Struggles to grab my timer. You have 10 minutes starting now.
Thank you, Mr. President. It seems like some people in the United States does not know how to learn their lesson. Put their gun down, go to a mental hospital, and actually check themselves once in their lives. With all due respect, I know I am speaking very harshly, but what happened at the White House was extremely harsh. Actually, harsh is not even the right word. If I have to be completely honest, not no president, no first gentleman, nor our first family should ever have to go through that. Nor my family, nor my sister that's currently sitting in the seat right next to me. Why? Why do the United States has to do this? And it's very funny. There were 10 assailants, Mr. President. 10 assailants out to get the first gentleman, the current presiding officer, the president, my sister, her husband, and my family. Presumably at least one of them were there. One of them were injured. Also, my dear friend was injured. Currently has a cast on with a bullet in his hand. Are you serious? Are we serious? Are we not seriously taking the consideration of our policies that are currently in the United States, signed by the President of the United States, the early presidents of the United States? Maybe our policies are not working. Because we just put our families in danger, and the only thing we can do is sit here and just watch as our family is currently in danger? School shootings, mass shootings, White House shootings. What's next? Airplane shooting? What the hell are we doing? Sitting down our asses and not doing shit. I strike myself for the record. If I have to stand up here on the behalf of my constituents just to tell you idiots to actually make a bill so we can actually help these problems, who does it? Mostly the person that's currently presiding the goddamn session right now. Who else does it? Well, I'm gonna admit myself, I am gonna be very honest with myself too. I barely do shit. All I did was introduce almost 13 bills, and that's all I did. Meanwhile, one, two, three, four senators have not done shit. Not to help the American people. What are we doing? When are we going to open our eyes and actually help the American people by just not sitting on our asses? And as I said before, the reason why I'm so fucking aggressive is because my family were just in danger. My family, my sister, the vice president elect, my nephew, my in laws, and my friend for love can we recognize the fact that this is a calling? That our families might be next? Can we actually get the hell up and actually do something for once in our lives? The reason why we removed the goddamn majority leader and made the presiding officer the majority leader is because you idiots cannot get the fuck up. I am so sorry that I'm using such very disrespectful words, but at this point, I have no mercy for you people. No mercy. Nor will I ever have mercy. Who's there? Gallery, please. I will never have mercy for people that just sit on their asses and not do anything for the American people. And I'm pretty sure the majority leader can agree with me. I would be furious if my kids were in danger. I, I am. And I'm pretty sure that the majority leader is also furious. That my sister is also furious. Who the hell wants to go through something like that? Anyone want to confess? Exactly. Nobody. So why are we not doing anything? Why am I not doing anything? I'm asking myself that question as well. Why are we not doing anything? The only person that's really doing something is the majority leader. He made the Accountability Act. None of us did. The majority leader is the only person that's actually doing work. Besides the other, I don't know how many bills I introduced at this point. When are we going to realize that we are not doing anything for the American people? We are just sitting here, letting the president suffer, letting the first gentleman suffer, letting our families suffer, letting kids be afraid of what will happen in middle schools, high schools, elementary schools, or pre-K. Even a Baptist church. Two 2001, 2020, 2022. Those are the years on which we had to endure mass shootings. It's really funny because the only person I heard that was actually talking about it was the Senate Majority Leader. Here, a pattern. The person doing our committees, well, of course, it's supposed to be the Majority Leader. The person writing all of our bills, oh, look, it's the Majority Leader. The person that's actually filibustering for the sake of the American people is the Majority Leader. And what am I? What of us? I'm just here to remove anyone that is going to get in our way of protecting the American people, serving the American people, and doing what we were elected to do. Actually, you know what? With all due respect, I'm going to be completely honest. I was elected. The rest of you were appointed. I don't know why the hell I'm not doing anything. A appointed senator, the Senate Majority Leader, that's actually doing more work than any of us in many years is embarrassing and hard. He has to feel some stress. He's not a superhuman. Lord. I'm going to ask this question one last time before I yield to any senator. What are we going to do? I yield a minute to the Senate Minority Leader.
The gentleman yields a minute to the Senate Minority Leader.
Or to yeah, to say what we're gonna do. It's not what we're gonna do. It's how we're gonna do it. That's one thing because background checks and all that, we fully support it here. But let's put into another account the states. You think the states we're from, being read are going to be, oh, hey, the federal government is trying to limit my Second Amendment right. They're going to counter that. We need to not only push for it, we need to sell it to the states as they dictate if it goes through. Or, well, no, they don't dictate. They just make sure to enforce it. So instead of, so yes, I agree fully with you. We need to do better. But the fact is, we also need to sell it to the American people who are like, hey, you're trying to take away my gun, or to the states that are like, hey, you're trying to take away my people's guns. I yield back.
Well, that's something. Thank you so much, Minority Leader. Now we actually have a plan. I yield amended to the gentleman from Nevada,
You don't have a minute
Navajo.
left, Senator. You have
Oh,
Well-
right, I
you have
do.
38 seconds.
For 38 seconds? Okay. I might as well just say my last words. We need to do better. We need to make a plan as fellow senators, and we need to stop sitting on our asses and not doing anything. And I do expect that the next words to come out the Senate Majority Leader's mouth is most likely pure anger. Because he has children. He's the first gentleman of the United States. Hell, I'm pissed. I yield.
Apologies.
Who just said you need to vacate the? Oh, Jack Carter,
Okay,
you're just
my
mad
apologies.
that I
My
removed you,
apologies.
bitch. You're removed for a reason.
Do you want the chair back?
You know what? Sure.
All right. I yield the chair back to the honorable gentleman from New England. And just letting you guys know, if you want to speak, now is your time, because if I get interrupted or stopped during my speech, you guys know what happens.
Either I'm moving out the chamber or we're moving out the Senate. I have a wheel for it. Senate or chamber. I actually have a wheel. Does any other senator wish to be recognized?
Mr.
Really?
President. Mr.
May
President.
may I recall that that is Senator from Navajo. The gentleman is recognized for how much minutes?
May I be recognized for 2 minutes?
I'm gonna give you 3. You're recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you. Members of Senate, the reality, every time we turn on the news and we see school shootings, another community torn apart by senseless gun violence, the American people are asking us, when will it end? Parents should not have to send their children to school wondering if they'll come home alive. Teachers should not have to rehearse lockdown drills as if they're a part of the job description. Now, that is not normal. Teachers do not go to school to set down lockdown drills. How can we ensure that our children, that the American people can be safe? We know there are steps we can take: universal background checks, closing the loopholes in firearms sales, and strengthening red flag laws. Now, but we cannot do this just with a partisan argument. We need to come together, um, not just on different sides of the aisle, but as a unity, and tackle this responsibility, um, because the American people are relying on us. They are relying on us to make these laws, to set these bills, and to get them passed so they can become a law. Now, we need to end this immediately. Now, the majority leader, Mr. President, also said this and mentioned the majority leader is the main one doing all the work here. If we look at the bills, all the bills are from the majority leader.
And
Now, we
BBC.
need to do better than that. And I believe my time is up. Um, is it, Mr. President?
You have a minute. You
Anyways,
have a
I
minute.
yield.
The gentleman yield.
Uh, uh, I yield the rest of my time to the majority leader.
Mr. President.
Let me add 3 more minutes to that.
Oh, I don't want a specific time for how long I could
Oh,
speak, Mr. President.
oh, okay.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I lied.
Oh my God.
So I guess you could say I'm a liar, but I think you're gonna see why I lied tonight, Mr. President, members of the Senate. Tonight I rise not out of choice, but out of more of a necessity. Just hours ago, bullets
Send me
pierced
a
the White
speech.
House. My daughter, my own little girl, was inside. She hid beneath a desk as the world shattered around her. She looked into my eyes afterwards and asked me with a trembling voice, Dad, why do they keep letting this happen? The question echoes in my head like a bell I cannot silence, and tonight I don't plan on sitting down. I will not yield, and once again, you guys know me at this point, I will not remain silent, because silence is complicity, and silence in this nation has killed enough. Let us ground ourselves in the numbers, because numbers, my fellow senators, do not lie. In 2025 so far, there have been over 270 mass shootings in just 8 months. That's more than one a day. In 2024, there were 586 mass shootings. That means Americans endured nearly two mass shootings every single day for an entire year. In 2022, that number rose to 647 mass shootings. In 2021, 690 mass shootings were recorded, the highest ever documented. Each year in the United States, around 43,000 people die from gun violence. Of those, 17,000 are homicides, 24,000 are suicides, fathers and mothers who turn a weapon on themselves. Over 1,500 are children and teens under the age of 18. That means, Senators, that each day we lose more than 110 Americans to gunfire, 110 lives. Every sunrise, 110 families torn apart. Every sunset, 110 empty chairs at dinner tables. Senators, imagine for a moment 110 funerals every single day, 110 caskets lowered into the earth, 110 mothers clutching folded flags or teddy bears or photographs that will never again be replaced with a hug. This chamber likes to talk about numbers when it's convenient. GDP, polling, hell, we talked about our own salaries, for God's sake. Defense spending. But what about the number of children bleeding out on classroom floors? What about the number of Americans who kiss their families goodbye each morning and never come home? Let us name them, for they must not be forgotten. Columbine High School, 1999, 13 lives lost. The first major mainstream mention of a school shooting. Virginia Tech, 2007, 32 lives stolen. Sandy Hook Elementary, 2012, 20 children, 6 educators murdered in cold blood. Parkland Marjory Stoneman Douglas High, 2018, 17 students and staff dead. Santa Fe High School, 2018, 10 lives stolen. Oxford High School, 2021, 4 students dead. Uvalde Robb Elementary, 2022, 19 children, 2 teachers slaughtered. And these are just the names that pierced our headlines. Dozen more schools have been terrorized, evacuated, traumatized. Children have learned to cower before they've learned to multiply. They have memorized escape routes before they memorize the Constitution. And this is not only our schools. Pulse Nightclub, Orlando, 2016. 49 lives ended, more than 50 injured. A sanctuary turned into a slaughterhouse. Borderline Bar and Grill, Thousand Oaks, 2018. 12 killed during a college night out. Club Q, Colorado Springs, 2022. 5 people killed, dozens injured. Attacked for daring to dance, to live, to love. These were places meant for joy, for community, for belonging. Instead, they became cemeteries. In 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated by a single bullet. That tragedy shook the nation to its core. But today, Every 90 minutes, America loses the same number of lives as it did on that day. Every 90 minutes, a new Martin Luther King Jr., a new voice, a new dream, a new future is silenced by a gun. When I held my daughter tonight, she asked me again, why? And colleagues, I have no answer because this body has failed to provide one during my time in the Senate and before my time in the Senate. This chamber has failed to stop the bloodshed, and I, as a member of this chamber, am ashamed. But this doesn't mean I'm going to be silent. Not while children lie in coffins, not while schools install bulletproof windows instead of libraries, not while families pray each morning that today is not the day their loved ones become a statistic. So I will repeat it until the echoes of these words rattles in the ears of every senator here. 270 mass shootings in 2025, 586 in 2024, 647 in 2022, 690 in 2021, over and over and over and over and over and over until action is taken. Mr. President, members of the Senate, I remain here tonight because my conscience will not let me sit down. I stand on the floor not as a mere debater in the chamber, but as the voice of countless parents who can no longer speak for their children they lost. I carry with me the echoes of classrooms silenced by gunfire, the ringing of alarms, the cries of students who whispered prayers while hiding in closets and bathrooms. Let us not speak plainly, not as abstractions. In the United States, in the year 2022, gun violence claimed the lives of over 48,000 Americans. That is not my statistic. It comes from the CDC. Nearly 20,000 of those were murders. Another 26,000 were suicides, souls lost in silence, each one a life that may have been saved by intervention, by access to mental health care, by removing the trigger from their grasp. 48,000 Americans. This is more than every American killed in combat during the entire Vietnam War, compressed into a single year. And the pace is not slowed. In 2023, again, tens of thousands dead. In 2024, again, tens of thousands more. And this year, 2025, we are on track for another horrifying, disgusting total. Every year, gunfire kills more of our children than car accidents. I want you to think about that for a second. For decades, we taught seatbelts. We were taught that seatbelts were mandatory. We made airbags mandatory. We built safer roads, and the death toll for cars went down. But, senators, with guns, we've allowed death to rise, and for some reason, goddamn children pay the price. Mr. President, I want to read the names of just a fraction of the schools where children's lives have been shattered by bullets, and I ask every senator listening, close your eyes and imagine your own child, some of you your own grandchild, your niece, your nephew, trapped inside the walls of horror. So I'm going to name them again, adding some more this time. Columbine High School, Colorado, 13 dead. Red Lake Senior High School, Minnesota, 7 dead. Virginia Tech, Virginia, 32 dead. The deadliest school shooting in American history. Northern Illinois University, 5 dead. Sandy Hook Elementary, Connecticut, 20 children, 6 adults murdered in a span of minutes. Umpaq Community College, Oregon, 9 dead. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, Florida, 17 dead. Santa Fe High School, Texas, 18 dead. Robb Elementary, Uvalde, Texas, 19 children, 2 teachers dead while police hesitated in the hallway, by the way. Michigan State University, 2023, 5 dead, 3 dead, 5 injured. The Covent School, Nashville, 2023, 3 dead, 3 children, 3 adults murdered. And now, Mr. President, I add to the list something I never thought I would have to say in this chamber. The White House, Washington, D.C., the People's House, where my daughter crouched beneath a desk as bullets pierced the walls that were supposed to symbolize strength and permanence of our democracy. 20 Secret Service agents either dead or injured. And this list is not exhaustive. Those are the only ones that have made national headlines. Between 1970 and today, there have been more than 2,000 school shootings, just school shootings in the United States. 2,000, and that's not a typo, not an extra O added. That is a record of failure. More than 352 students have experienced gun violence at school since that's just since Columbine, by the way. That's just since Columbine, 1999. 352,000. Each of them is scarred for life. Even if they walked out alive, they carry the trauma forever. Some carry survivor's guilt. Some carry physical marks. Some carry emotional marks. Some carry mental marks. And our communities beyond schools, nightclubs as well, turned into battlefields. Mr. President, are you ready for this? Pulse Nightclub Orlando, 2016. I'm sure all of you remember that one. 49 murdered. Borderline Bar and Grill in Thousand Oaks, 2018. 12 dead. Club Q, once again, Colorado Springs, 5 dead. Americans seeking joy, music, dance, community struck by bullets. The arithmetic of tragedy. Mr. President, let us do the arithmetic. The arithmetic. At the time I've stood here tonight, in the time I've stood here tonight, dozens of Americans possibly could have been shot. By tomorrow, statistically, more than 100 could be dead. By the end of this week, statistically, the toll could be over 700. By the end of this year, if this trend continues, another 40, 50,000 Americans will have died from gunfire. I asked my colleagues, how many funerals must we count? How many folded flags? How many parents burying their children before this chamber finds the courage to do more than offer their thoughts and prayers? Because that's all we seem to give anytime this happens. Thoughts and prayers. They don't need your thoughts and prayers anymore, senators. They need action. Thoughts and prayers, while meaningful, will not stop a lunatic from buying a gun. They need more than thoughts and prayers. And tonight, as I look back at my daughter's face, her tears, her trembling hands, I cannot help but imagine what might have been. What might have been. What I would have had to go through. What my husband, the President of the United States, would have had to go through. What my other children, my eldest daughter and my middle child son, what they would have had to go on through, losing their daughter. I already lost a wife, members of Congress. I am a widow. And do you think I would be able to survive losing one of my children? No! To answer your question, I would not be able to survive losing a child after if I already have lost the first love of my life. That is why I will not yield. Coincidentally, I lost the first love of my life to gun violence. My aide decided to not keep that in the script because they said it might have been too emotional for me to bring up on the floor. I lost my wife to gun violence, to a robbery, a random sporadic robbery at a grocery store she worked at. She's the mother of the now first stepdaughter of the United States of America. And I went home and I told my daughter that night, I told her things will be different. They have to take action. This was before I was Attorney General. This was before I was a U.S. Senator. This was before I was the Senate Majority Leader. I said, Congress has to take action. They have to. I looked my daughter dead in the eyes and I made her that promise. And now, years later, she has been subject to the same gun violence that her mother was subjected to. And tonight, that is why I will not yield. I will continue to speak and I will recite every single statistic I can think of and that is in this binder in front of me. I will read every single name if I have to. I have time and I have names. I will tell every story. And if it takes me all night, if it takes me all week, I promise you, senators, you guys, some of you already know, I will not sit down. I've not eaten for the past 12 hours in preparation of this. I have not drinking any water in the past 12 hours in preparation of this. I am ready to stand up here without having to piss, without having to eat, without having to crap my pants. Now, because silence is complicity, and silence has killed enough. Mr. President, honorable colleagues,
What?
I speak of mothers and fathers, of sons and daughters stolen from us by senseless gun violence, but let me go deeper. Let me show you not just the numbers, but the relentless human weight they carry. Because in this chamber, statistics can become abstractions. They become charts, they become ink on paper, they become bullet points in committee hearings. But outside these walls, you know what they become? They become coffins. Every year in America, guns claim the lives of 43,000 people. 43,000 families shattered, 43,000 funerals, 43,000 holes torn in the fabric of communities. This is not far. This is not some far off war zone. This is not the battlefield. It is right here, in your own backyards. So, literally, some of you in your own backyards. It is literally at the White House, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And if I recall the address of Blair House correctly, 1630 Pennsylvania Avenue, if I recall it correctly. This is not a battlefield. This is grocery stores. This is churches. This is classrooms. That's living rooms where children are never coming home. Living rooms where brothers and sisters will never come home for family dinners. Living rooms where mothers and fathers will never come home for family dinners. Living rooms where family members will never see their loved ones for dinner, for Thanksgiving gatherings, for Christmases, where these events will sometimes have 1, 2, 3 people missing because of senseless gun violence. Of those, more than 20,000 are homicides, lives stolen not by disease, by the way, not by accident, by the way, but by the deliberate pull of a trigger. Nearly 24,000 are suicides. Americans so overcome by pain that a firearm, too easily within reach, turns a fleeting thought into a permanent tragedy, and to the people who are suffering out there with mental health promises. As a man who was going through postpartum depression, I can confidently say that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and my light is politics. My light is being able to help by being here. That is my light, and you need to find your light. The world is not hopeless. No matter how many statistics I bring on the Senate floor, the world is not hopeless. The world can be a better place. The world can be rebuilt. The world can be a good and safe place for our children and our families and our friends and our teachers and our pastors and our grocery clerks. The world can be a safe place for all of them, every single one of them, if we just shut up for 1 second about our own salaries. I'm still pissed off about that. And focus on the cost of life being taken from us. I talked to the mother of one of the Secret Service agents who died at the White House today. I invited her to Blair House, but she said, understandably, that she didn't feel safe at Blair House. She didn't feel safe at a government installation, one of the most protected residences in the world. And this, a woman of a Secret Service agent, did not feel safe visiting me to speak there. So I went to her home instead. They lived in Virginia. This man, he was a father of two young daughters. He had a wife at home. Of course, he had a mother and a father. He had a very loving family. Almost all of them I met while they were at their home in Virginia grieving. I sat down with them with a very, very small Secret Service detail because some of the agents on my detail were friends of this agent. They had known his family. So I had to keep it very limited so we could stay on topic, so we could not be hurt by their hurt, so we could discuss plans of action, because that is what we need, action. I sat down at their couch in their living room tonight, and they told me stories about this young man. They told me stories about him growing up with his siblings. He was in a very big family. He had many siblings, many sisters and brothers, many cousins. Most of them were at the house in Virginia when I visited earlier this evening. Many members of his family. Many sobbing women and children, men, young boys, young girls, sobbing for the loss of their uncle, their father, their cousin, their brother, their son. Because he died protecting our government institutions. Hundreds are accidental shootings. Children who find guns in a drawer, teenagers who mistake a weapon for a toy, but families who will never recover from a single moment of negligence. And so, colleagues, each of these categories represents a story. And tonight, guess what? I'm not going to let those stories go unheard. The stories we seem to forget, though. In Santa Fe, Texas, 2018, 10 people, 8 students and 2 teachers, were gunned down at their high school. Their families actively are still asking why, because there's no motive. Parkland, Florida, 17 students and staff were murdered at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Survivors still bear the scars, some physical, some emotional and not seen. At Sandy Hook Elementary, 20 first graders, children who are, by the way, no younger than the first daughter of the United States, were slaughtered in their classrooms, along with 6 brave educators. I dare any parent to hear that in this chamber and to not feel some sort of sense of emotion or feel something. In Uvalde, Texas, 19 children and 2 teachers lost their lives while law enforcement waited outside. They sat there. Families begged, children called 911, and yet the shots kept ringing. You know who were some of the first people at Uvalde? Family. Mothers and fathers made it to the building, some of them into the building, before law enforcement did. What the hell was law enforcement doing just waiting? And like I said, it doesn't end at schools. In Orlando, Florida, at the Pulse nightclub, 49 lives, 49 dreams were ended in one of the deadliest attacks on LGBTQ Americans in our history. I talk about things that strike close to home for me. Come on. I'm married to a man who happens to be the President of the United States. The deadliest attack on LGBTQ Americans in our history. One of. In Las Vegas, a man opened fire on a concert, killing 60, injuring 400, and terrorizing 22,000 more. In Thousand Oaks, at the Borderline Bar and Grill, 12 young people never made it home from what was supposed to be a night of music and joy. Everywhere we look, it's churches, nightclubs, synagogues, grocery stores, movie theaters. The pattern is the same. People gathered in hopes of safety, shattered by violence. And I want to be very clear with you guys, this isn't normal. This is not inevitable. Other nations face poverty, face political division, face mental illness, but they do not bury their children with the same regularity we do. In 2025, we've seen over hundreds of mass shootings. That is, on average, once again, more than one every single day. A family ripped apart every sunrise, a town left broken every sunset. But beyond the headline-grabbing massacres, there is a steady drumbeat of everyday gunfire, murders in homes and streets and parking lots. Every 9 minutes, somewhere in America, a person is killed with a gun. By the time I yield from this filibuster, Mr. President, there will be dozens more. And tonight, it reached the White House. So I'm going to repeat the words I said last night. While literally guarded 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no matter what holiday, by the best guards in the history of the entire world. The very symbol of American democracy, the very place that should be untouchable. My daughter huddled beneath the desk at the home of the President of the United States while gunfire echoed through the halls. And if that can happen there, then where truly is safe? So tonight, I pledge I will stand here as long as my body will hold me. I will speak until my voice breaks. I will speak until this chamber cannot ignore the cries of parents, the empty desks in classrooms, the silence of dreams never fulfilled. I will list their names. I will list every school, every club, every church, every grocery store, every concert, every place where Americans fell. Because if their lives were cut short, then the very least we can do is let their memory echo in the halls until something changes. Mr. President, my colleagues, if I have to stand here all night, I will. And to echo my own words, if I have to stand here all week, I will. Because the dead deserve more than silence. They don't get the privilege of standing in front of their families and colleagues to talk to them anymore. They deserve to have their names spoken in the halls of power where we too often talk about them in numbers but not as human beings. And so I will begin reading once again into the record the places, the dates, the names where lives were stolen, and I will not stop because every one of these schools, every one of these clubs, every one of these churches and grocery stores and concert grounds was a sanctuary until a gun turned it into a graveyard. Columbine High School, Virginia Tech, Sandy Hook Elementary, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, Santa Fe High School, Robb Elementary, and those are the ones we remember and are reminded of. But for every name etched into the headlines, there are dozens more. Northern Illinois University, Red Lake High School, Minnesota, Oak Coast University, Oakland, Michigan State University. And colleagues, this isn't ancient history. This isn't fading memories. Michigan State was 2 years ago. These tragedies keep happening every year, child after child, classroom after classroom. So let me keep going. Because if the parents can wake up every day to an empty bed, then surely I can stand here and speak their pain in this chamber. Because schools are not the only sanctuaries turned into slaughter. Places of music, dance, celebration. Pulse Nightclub, Borderline Bar and Grill, Club Q, Power Ulta, and it's not just nightclubs. Las Vegas, Nevada, a country festival. The Station Nightclub, Rhode Island. I will not stop because to stop would be to surrender to the silence that the shooters wanted. They wanted to erase, they wanted to destroy, they wanted to silence, but we will not let that silence win. So tonight, I remind members of the United States Senate of names. I will make sure their schools, their clubs, their homes echo in this chamber until someone, someday, says, finally, enough. Senators, when will it be enough? And I don't mean this as a rhetorical question. I mean this as a genuine question. When will this be enough? When will we finally say, we can't do this anymore? When will we finally yield to the tragedies that have unfolded before us time and time again? When will we finally make change? When will we finally make change? When will we finally make change? This isn't a rhetorical question. This is a legitimate one. Because right now, people say that we are protected by a Second Amendment that gives us the right to bear arms. Well, let me tell you, the right to bear arms is not to protect us from an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old praying during Catholic morning mass. That's not what the Second Amendment is for. It's not to protect us from little children running the halls and playing at recess. It's not to protect us from Americans enjoying a night out of celebration, fun, and music. That's not what the Second Amendment is for. Mr. President, may I take a moment to ask senators on the floor what they think the Second Amendment is for?
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Can I answer that question?
No.
You know what?
Shut
Yeah,
up.
you know what? Why not? Why not? Mr. Sergeant at Arms, what do you think what do you think the Second Amendment is for, Mr. Sergeant at Arms?
Director Payne works fine. I think the Second Amendment is for well, if necessary, then civilians can rise up against either an oppressive government or an invading force of the United States using firearms provided either by themselves and their compatriots or by the United States government.
That is a really, really good answer. That is actually one of the answers I was looking for, almost verbatim, including tyrannical government. Almost verbatim. So, why are we, instead of protecting ourselves from actual threats and problems, shooting 8 and 10-year-olds or first graders. Doesn't make sense to me. It's a little confusing, isn't it? Does anyone else find this a little confusing? Why, instead, are we shooting up the White House? Our government is not actively oppressing you. We are not taking you and grabbing you. We are not showing signs of tyranny. We are showing signs of strength. That is what the government is at least attempting to show signs of. So, what the freak are people doing shooting this place up willy nilly? Places my child live at night. Now, Mr. President, that was just the Sergeant at Arms who answered the question I asked if I could ask members of the United States Senate on the floor tonight this question, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
Now, members of the United States Senate on this floor tonight. This is just an open ended question. So I would really like an answer, and if you don't give me an answer, that shows me where you stand, and that shows me that you are a coward who will go down in American history as such. So I would like a very definitive and very clear answer from anyone who wishes to speak up first on this floor tonight. Anyone. What do you think the Second Amendment is for?
Anyone?
Pretty later. I would like to.
The gentleman is recognized. Go ahead. He's still retaining the
Um,
floor, though.
I believe the Second Amendment is, in my opinion, um, basically affirms the right to. I mean, of course, affirms the right to bear arms, but I don't think it doesn't guarantee the right. Um, I mean, it's the right to have protect themselves and their families. Um, mainly, but Americans can, and goodness gracious,
It's fine. I know you're nervous.
I'm having a whole blank. I had something, but anyways, so basically, kind of in today's world, I believe it means Americans may keep arms, um, but
Oh,
also that it
I need to get off the
body
session.
is responsibility to regulate them and keep our communities safe.
So our recorder just left.
Apologies, he was moved down. I invited him back up. Thank you for your answer, Senator McCourt. Continuing on, though.
Senator McCoy, I didn't say shit.
Is he also not Senator Michael McCord?
No, that's Christian Clark.
Oh, yeah, I get them confused. My goodness. My apologies, Senator Clark. Ooh, it's just one black senator was enough on the floor. Now we have three.
Oh, oh,
Now, to let you guys know, I've only been up here for 30 minutes. My record breaking filibuster was an hour.
No, please, please,
So,
oh.
please no.
Um,
since 1900, here's a list of
Oh,
shootings in Europe by country. France, 26 since 1900. Germany, 17 since 1900. The United Kingdom, including England, 9. Northern Ireland, 12. Scotland, 1 since 1900. Italy, 9 since 1900. Spain, 8 since 1900. Sweden, 11 since 1900. Norway, 4 since 1900. Finland, 4 since 1900. Turkey, 22 since 1900. Switzerland, 10 since 1900. Belgium, 3 since 1900. Netherlands, 4 since 1900. Czech Republic, 6 since 1900. Serbia, 7 since 1900. Slovakia, 4 since 1700.
may
Romania,
the gentleman
4 since
yield.
1700.
May the gentleman yield 2 minutes to the sergeant at arms.
I yield 2 minutes while retaining the floor.
It's fine. I only need 30 seconds. So, one country that stood out, Senator Barbara Reed, is Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland, while I believe you were talking about school shootings, yes? or mass shootings in general? I'll just take that as a yes. But mass shootings in general. Thank you. But what I believe you are failing to see, while this is a very valid point in a very valid speech, I believe you are failing to see the troubles, both the first and second troubles, which had major impacts on civilian life, such as bombings, constant firefights in the streets, and political repercussions. Now, while the troubles may not be a mass shooting, it is a large conflict that I think we are right now, if we're talking Northern Ireland and the danger of its life and the danger in it. I think that was just something I was glossed over that I felt like I needed to bring up because it was an extremely important part and still is of Irish history. And to this day, we are still feeling repercussions from said conflict, mostly political, but we have seen remnants of the IRA, the Irish Republican Army, or the rebel forces fighting against the British, complete Irish control of Northern Ireland today. There are still attacks, and it is still an issue. I yield the rest of my time. Thank you very
Gentlemen
much.
yield. The gentleman may reclaim his time.
And completely
Actually,
breaking tradition with the United States Senate. You already said I can get my time. So in completely
Yeah,
breaking tradition with the United States Senate, that just happened. But my point of listing out all these statistics is the fact that most, if not, sorry, no, just most countries on this list have passed stricter gun laws since they've had mass shootings or mass terrorism events pertaining to guns, including Northern Ireland, including the United Kingdom, including Italy, including Spain, including France, including Germany, including Belgium, including the Netherlands. Most, if not all, of the countries
Oh,
on
yeah.
this list I mentioned have passed stricter gun laws to stop this from happening. Now, it wasn't just to bring up the numbers. That wasn't my whole point. You know, the numbers itself are tragic, but not as tragic in the United States, which is averaging on hundreds a year, compared to, let's say, Portugal's one since the 1900s. One. The number one. One since 1900. Since 1900, guys. 125 years, and they've had one mass shooting.
President.
We have hundreds yearly.
The gentleman will suspend. What reason does the gentleman rise? What do you want?
Mr. President, due to um, sorry, Mr. President, I asked oh my gosh, goodness, Mr. President, I move that Senate stand and recess until 10:20 p.m. Eastern.
No.
I'm in the middle of a speech. For what purpose do you wish the Senate to go into recess? I could talk for another 7
I'm
minutes.
taking a long ass time, but no shade. But anyway, no, we're not. We're not gonna go recess. He currently has the floor. I'm not gonna stop him from speaking because clearly he's not gonna stop. He really isn't. He's gonna bring it back up and up and up to the point where I am going to lose my brain cells. So now, try to put something a little bit smarter next time. Maybe closure or just attorney.
Oh,
Anyway.
the crazy thing is, we can't even get closure. You guys are
Why?
stuck with me. Well, I have some statistics from ColumbineMemorial.org that I would just be really honored to read out in front of the United States Senate. The Columbine Memorial is designated to be a place of peace, comfort, and reflection, remembering all those who were touched by the events of April 20th, 1999 at Columbine High School. Mr. President, I'm speaking. Please turn off your mic. Those who were injured and those the lives that were taken that day. Matthew Ketcher, Rachel Scott, Casey Burnell, Kyle Vasquez, Daniel Ruffberg, Dave Sanders, John Tomlin, Corey DePuter, Kelly Fleming, Isaiah Scholes, Lauren Townsend, Daniel Mauser, Stephen Kernow. The Columbine Memorial is dedicated and open to the public in September 21st, 2007, to help preserve the integrity of the overall Columbine Memorial and to help ensure that visitors to the memorial can respect the experience, the memorial for which it was designated. Large items or items deemed inappropriate are discouraged and will be removed at the discretion of the Board of Directors. Small tributes are allowed. That's just Columbine. Should we go to another one, guys?
No.
That was a rhetorical question. We're going to do
Damn it.
Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech. Let me find the page real quick. Here it is. Ross A. Aldemine, Christopher James Bishop, Brian R. Blum, Ryan Christopher Clark, Austin Michael Cloyd, Jocelyn Korcher Nowak, Kevin Granetta, Matthew Gregory Lawtney, Caitlin Miller Hammeron, Jeremy Michael Herbstrip, Rachel Elizabeth Hill, Emily Jane Hilscher, Jarrett Lee Lane, Matthew Joseph Laporte, Henry J. Henley, Livu Labriscu, G.V. Loganathan, Harathai Memora Halumon, Lauren Ashley McCain, Daniel Patrick O'Neill, Juan Ramon Ortiz, Minal Harala Panchal, Daniel Alejandro Perez Cuva, Erin Nicole Peterson, Michael Stephen Pohl Jr., Julia Kathleen Pride, Mary Karen Reed, Rima Joseph Sama, Waleed Mohammed Shalom, Leslie Geraldine Sherman, Maxine Shelley Turner, Nicole Regina White. That's just Virginia Tech in 2007. Sandy Hook Elementary, 2012. Pull this one up. I gotta flip through some pages to find this one. Bear with me. There we go. I can't stop talking, so I just have to fill up my silence, or spots where I would be silent, with this. The Sandy Hook Permanent Memorial is a memorial in Sandy Hook, Connecticut that honors the 20 children and 6 educators who were victims of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting on the morning of December 14th, 2012. The memorial is located on 32A Riverside Road in the woods adjacent to the reconstructed Sandy Hills Elementary School, built near the site of the original school that was razed. Planning for the memorial began in 2013 when Newton's Board of Selectmen appointed the Sandy Hook Permanent Memorial Commission. The 5-acre site, donated by the Boys Social and Athletic Club of Sandy Hook, was chosen from among 17 potential properties after commission members heard children playing on the nearby school's playground during a site walk. The winning design, created by architects Dan Affleck and Ben Waldo of SWA Group, was selected from a pool of 189 submissions. $3.7 million to construct the memorial was narrowly approved by Newton voters in April 2021. The site began work in August 2021, and construction was completed in August of 2022. The memorial opened to the public on November 13th of 2022 after a private ceremony for the victims' families. The main feature, a granite water basin engraved with the names of the victims, rests at the center of a circling network of gravel paths, stone seat walls, and cobblestone. A planter in the center of the basin features a young sycamore tree, symbolizing the young ages of the victims. Visitor plaque near the path to enter the memorial. A plaque resting upon a stone welcomes visitors and includes a quote from former U.S. President Barack Obama when he spoke at the Interfaith Vigil at Newton High School on December 12, 2012, 2 days after the tragedy. Here in Newton, I come to offer the love and prayers of a nation. I'm very mindful that mere words cannot match the depths of your sorrow, nor can they heal your wounded hearts. I can only hope it helps for you to know that you're not alone in your grief, that our world too has been torn apart, and that all across this land of ours we have wept with you. Encased within the stone is soil created from the items left in impromptu memorials throughout Newton in the days following the tragedy. Guess what's next? Uvalde, yeah. Let me flip, 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 flip. UC ISD asked parents not to pick up their children until all Robb Elementary students were accounted for. At around 2 p.m., parents were notified to pick them up. all district and campus activities were canceled, and the parents of students at other schools were asked to pick up their children due to school bus cancellations. That night, UCISD Superintendent Hal Harrell announced in a letter sent to parents that the school year had concluded for the entire district, including the cancellation of a planned graduation ceremony. That school year had previously been scheduled to end 2 days later on Thursday. Some parents had to wait late into the night for final confirmation of their child's death, awaiting DNA identification. On the day of the shooting, Raleigh Memorial Hospital held an emergency blood drive for the victims. The South Texas Blood and Tissue Center issued an urgent request for blood donations after the shooting, and it sent 15 units of blood to Uvalde via helicopter to be used in area hospitals. On May 27th, the center reported that more than 2,000 people, 2,000 people, donated blood after the shooting. Actually, wait a minute, hold on. I donated blood back then. Hold on, let me pull out my records. Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, I donated blood. I was one of the people who actually donated blood. Okay. Ramos's remains were held by the Uvalde County coroner for weeks after local funeral homes refused to arrange funeral services for him out of respect for his victims before they were eventually cremated by Castle Ridge Mortuary in Crystal City. Shortly after the shooting, a memorial was created outside a school for the victims and survivors with balloons, candles, and crosses. A local man made 21 crosses inscribed with the victims' names to be placed outside the school. Additional memorials were erected for the deceased victims throughout Uvalde by both locals and those who drove into the city to honor the victims. Other memorials and tributes were held throughout the country. Free headstones and funeral services were offered to the families of victims by local and state businesses. State and locally based food trucks and restaurant owners also traveled to Uvalde to offer food and supplies for families affected by the shooting. The San Antonio Zoo announced they would light up their parking garage red, Robb Elementary School's color, for 21 days to honor each of the 21 victims. Joe Garcia, the husband of Irma Garcia, one of the teachers murdered during the shooting, died 2 days after the shooting from a heart attack while attending one of the memorials. His father said the heart attack was tied to grief after losing his wife. They were survived by 4 of their children. UCISD created a fund through the First State Bank, and the money raised going to the families of the victims and survivors with donations accepted in person or by check. On May 27th, it was announced that an anonymous donator had donated $175,000 to go towards the funerals of the victims. Fundraising can also be seen on the crowdfunding platform, GoFundMe, which set up a central hub for people to look to donate to help those affected by the shooting, in an effort to stop scammers from taking advantage of the shooting. As of May 27th, around $7.5 million has been raised through the hub from donors across the U.S. and over 91 countries. Additional fundraisers for the victims and their families were done through many avenues, such as item sales or proceeds through a barbecue. Catholic Extension, a grant-giving nonprofit that finances impoverished parishes, announced that it endowed 30 full scholarships to students wounded in the Robb Elementary School mass shooting to attend Sacred Heart Catholic School, a private school in Uvalde. Chief Pedro Arando disputed being the incident commander for law enforcement responding to the shooting. Arando had been elected by the Uvalde City Council on May 7th before the shooting occurred. On May 30th, Mayor Don McLaughlin said that the special city council meeting where Arando would have been sworn in as a city council member will not take place as scheduled, as the focus on Tuesdays on the families who lost loved ones. On June 3rd, UCISD's board held a meeting and decided that the Robb Elementary School building would no longer be used as a school, with staff and students moving to a new campus. Superintendent Harold announced that Robb Elementary School would never be reopened, out of concern for the potential to re-traumatize surviving students and staff or just the wider community. On June 21st, Mayor McLaughlin announced that Robb Elementary School would be demolished. The UCISD's Board of Trustees approved the plans for a new elementary school in April of 2023, and construction began later that year. The new building will be located adjacent to Dalton Elementary School in Uvalde, forming a campus that will serve students from pre-K through 4th grade. As of May 2024, the new school is expected to open in fall of this year under the name Legacy Elementary. Rodolfo Reyes, the teacher in classroom 111 who lost all 11 of his students present during the shooting, was shot in the arm, lung, and back. Reyes labeled law enforcement as cowards for their response during the shooting, saying they sit there and did nothing for our community. They took a long time to go in, he said. After everything, I get more angry because I tell you, because you, law enforcement, have a bulletproof vest. I have nothing. He commented that no training gets you ready for this. We trained our kids to sit under the table, but we set them up to be like ducks. You can give us all the training you want, but gun laws have to change. I will go anywhere to the end of the world to not let my students die in vain. I will go to the end of the world to make sure things get changed. Survivors, families of survivors, and victims spoke to a congressional panel, the United States House Committee on Oversight and Reform, about 2 weeks after the shooting. The testimony was done prior to the House debating a bill that would raise the minimum age up to 21 to purchase certain firearms. Multiple survivors from the shootings have expressed their fear of returning to school and have spoken with media outlets to recount their experiences. Some
That's not fun.
gathered some gathered together to form the organization Lives Robbed, a nonprofit organization that is aimed at bringing forward changes in gun legislation. Angeli Gomez, who was handcuffed by police when she ran into school to rescue her children, remember I mentioned this earlier, guys, was later interviewed by CBS News. She says she was on probation from charges from a decade prior and that law enforcement contacted her about the shooting to warn her not to publicize her story because she could face charges of obstruction of justice. Her lawyer later said that she had been harassed by police in two instances. The first when police conducted a traffic stop on her vehicle and falsely accused her of harboring illegal immigrants in it. And the second when a police vehicle stopped outside her home for around 45 minutes and flashed its lights at her and her mother. A special report by the Uvalde Leader News reported that Gomez's claim of being handcuffed was false after an investigation into the actions. Gomez has not responded to this news article, though. But the allegations of harassment have been proven true. President Joe Biden ordered flags at federal buildings to be flown at half staff. In a televised address to the nation, the president highlighted that other countries have mental health problems, domestic disputes, and people who are lost. But these kinds of mass shootings never happen with the kind of frequency they happen in America. Why? Why are we failing to live? Why are we willing, not failing, why are we willing to live with this carnage? He said that he was sick and tired of mass shootings, declaring we have to act and calling for common sense gun laws. The president also spoke to the governor to offer assistance, according to the presidential communications director. On May 25th, the governor held a press conference where he described the shooting as evil, intolerable, and unacceptable. The governor continued by saying the shooting could have been worse if not for the actions of law enforcement, who he described as having provided a quick response and showed amazing courage by running towards gunfire. He proceeded to blame the shooting on a problem with mental health illness in the local community, while saying in the same speech that Ramos had no known criminal or mental health history. It's a little contradictory, isn't it? A little confusing. A little what the flip? Because I can't say the actual word I want to say. Actually, you know what? I am. A little what the fuck. I asked my words are stricken from the record. But it's a little odd, isn't it? It's just a little
The
strange.
gentleman is stricken off the record.
Thank you, Mr. President pro tempore. Now, I've gotten up here and I've preached about the lack of mental health awareness in the United States, in the United States government, and I still do firmly believe that it is a cause and a problem for a lot of the shootings that we have. But once again, in my wonderful quote from my last speech, we cannot fight fire with fire. Instead, we must fight fire with water. Instead, we must stop the hazardous and flammable materials from getting in the reach of people who shouldn't have them. The founding fathers did not predict machine guns, SMGs, assault rifles when they wrote the Second Amendment. They thought of muskets. Not that. That they didn't say that they did not think that they need to protect themselves from freaking children. Circling back, an 8 and 10-year-old who died while praying at morning mass. 8 and 10. Now why? 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 Why should an 8 and 10-year-old be killed at morning mass? It doesn't make sense to me. That's a genuine question. This country has no place for religious violence, for it is inscribed in the First Amendment the right to religion, the right to practice whatever religion you wish to practice without the fear of being harmed or scrutinized for it. So why are an 8 and 10-year-old who are just at a morning mass shot while praying? It's just a little confusing to me. I have many questions, but I feel like all of my questions are lacking sufficient answers. Very, very insufficient answers. They're lacking them, and they have insufficient answers. Instead, we say the Second Amendment this, the Second Amendment that. How about we say 500 lives lost this year, 600 lives lost this year, almost 700 lives lost this year? How about we say that? Instead of saying, continuously, the Second Amendment protects us. Now, to circle back, because I like this quote, I do like this quote. I am protected by the best trained armed guards in the history of the United States government. And yet, tonight, I watched my daughter cry and hide under a wooden desk while bullets ricocheted around the White House, the people's house. So you cannot say that guns will protect us. When I watch diplomatic security agents, Secret Service agents, and FBI agents rush to respond. Why were they rushing to respond to this? Where were the motion sensors around the White House? Where were the uniformed agents at every single gate? I was in the East Wing when assailants came in through the East Wing. Where were the uniformed guards outside posted along the Treasury driveway? Where were all of these people tonight? Tonight? No, this is a rhetorical question, Mr. President. Where were they? And this is not to say that they failed at doing their job. No, a lot of them gave their lives for the first family tonight. A lot of them gave their lives for their friends who worked in the federal government tonight. And I applaud them, and I love them, and I will forever remember them and cherish them to my heart for this. The same way I did with FBI agents during my time as Attorney General with the FBI Wall of the Fallen. But I'm still confused on how something like this can continue to happen. Continue to happen. Why does this still happen, guys? Why? When can we all finally band together and say enough is enough? Circling back to the FBI Wall of the Fallen, June 2nd, 2025, I awarded the Attorney General's Award for Exceptional Service posthumously. Special Agent Carlos Ocasio-Cortez died in the line of duty during the events of the kidnapping of the Vice President of the United States. Special Agent Ocasio-Cortez was one of the few federal agents to breach Blair House. During the breach, he was shot by the kidnapper. He survived by his wife, Julia Ocasio-Cortez, and his daughter, Whitney Ocasio-Cortez. June 10th, on the June 10th terrorist attacks in D.C., I awarded the Attorney General's Award for Exceptional Heroism posthumously. Senior Special Agent Elizabeth Henderson, a member of the hostage rescue team, was one of the few FBI agents who were on a late-night D.C. shift when a gang of domestic terrorists began attacking our nation's capital. The Attorney General, myself at the time, deployed additional FBI resources from the DC field office where Elizabeth was stationed at that night. She assisted in the premeditated evacuation of the White House and was killed during the terrorist raid on the congressional offices where members of government were hiding. Thanks to her actions, those members were able to be evacuated due to her and other FBI agents distracting the attackers that night. She is survived by two children, a young son named Owen Henderson Jr., a daughter, sorry, yeah, I was right. She is survived by two children, a young son named Owen Henderson Jr., a daughter named Lainey Henderson, and her husband, Owen Henderson Sr. Another savior of the June 10th terrorist attacks, awarded the Attorney General's Award for Exceptional Heroism posthumously. Senior Special Agent Reginald Remy Washington, part of the Washington, D.C. FBI Protection Unit. Remy had just graduated from Quantico a week prior, being promoted to Senior Special Agent within days of his graduation due to his hard work and dedication and perseverance in the office. He was part of my detail that night when the attack took place, and while he was moving me inside the Situation Room, a shooter was able to take a shot at Remy through his back. His body ultimately blocked myself from the second bullet. He survived by his mother, Quinta Washington, and his husband, Tristan Washington. A savior of the June 10th DC attacks, once again, awarded with the Attorney General's Award for Exceptional Heroism posthumously. Senior Special Agent Walter Nolan, a member of the FBI Special Weapons and Tactics, the elite SWAT unit, was deployed 20 minutes into the 2-hour attack that took place on June 2nd. As people crowded the streets of D.C. in an attempt to find somewhere safe to hide, him and members of the SWAT unit helped evacuate government officials and personnel to an undisclosed safe house. The attackers came to the safe house offices and began searching through it in an attempt to find life and take it. Walter Nolan was one of the ones who bravely engaged the attackers and took multiple rounds to his vest and kept firing back. He finally succumbed to his injuries after the attackers fled the scene. Thanks to the actions of him and other members of the FBI and Secret Service, they were able to safely evacuate all personnel that were hiding in that building. He is survived by his wife, Bella Nolan, and his son-in-law, Trey Nolan. A savior of the June 10th DC attacks, awarded the Attorney General's Award for Exceptional Heroism posthumously. Special Agent Todd Jones Jr., part of the Washington, D.C. FBI Protection Unit. Agent Jones Jr. was another newly assigned member from Quantico to the Deputy Attorney General Cloudsy Crystal's detail. During the evacuation, he's seen rushing the Attorney General into an unmarked suburban SUV. The motorcade was able to quickly escape the scene, but Todd stayed behind. He was at the FBI headquarters when it was raided by attackers. He survived by his wife, Mary Jones, his daughter, Rena Jones, and his son, Joseph Jones. That was June 12th, 2025, was the last time the FBI Wall of the Fallen was updated. There's been 3, and we are now on the 4th Attorney General since then. Excuse me, pardon. And there have been a multitude of shootings of federal agents, including the FBI, since then. I'm very, very tired. I'm tired of coming up here and asking for change. I'm tired of speaking about change, especially because I know that I personally cannot push for my own bill because I'm too emotionally attached. Now, I've been told this before. But perhaps emotion is what we need on the floor. Perhaps emotion is what we need in the halls of Congress. Perhaps emotion is what we need when it comes to keeping our children safe. Perhaps emotion is what we need to prevent and stop tragedies like this from ever, and I mean ever, happening again. I'd like to circle back to the Wall of the Fallen. All the roleplay names, such as Todd Jones Jr., Walter Nolan, Reginald Washington. These are all roleplay names, but these are all based off actual players in the USR who took bullets for members of government during the evacuation, including John Pork, known as Mello_26695, who now works in the First Gentleman's office and the Majority Leader's office as an aide. He's also an Air Force military presidential aide. He was role-playing Carlos Ocasio-Cortez. Elizabeth Henderson is played by Valentina Pork, also known as Val ZX Cage, who now is, of course, my eldest daughter, Valentina Barba, and is now also a member of the First Gentleman and Majority Leader's office. Reginald Washington, played by former special agent in charge of the DC field office, Caffeinated Boy, known as Caffey the Caffey. Walter Nolan, played by now the current Attorney General, Vis Carlos. Todd Jones Jr. It is unknown who this is based off of. I was not able to get the username and no agent stepped forward for who this may or may not be. And this was not every agent that died at the attacks of June 10th or at the Blair House raid. These are just the ones that have been officially documented and the agents that have come forward to say, hey, I was shot at this event. If I could, I would put every single name of every single Roblox LARP federal agent who has died up on this wall of fallen, but I can't. 4 attorney generals have passed since my forced resignation back in June, and this wall has been stagnant since June 12th, 2025. And murders have not stopped since then. They haven't slowed down since then, and we still fear guns since then. So, Mr. President, I'm very, very, very tired. I'm tired of talking about change. Now, once again, people can say that, oh, all Barba does is talk about change. He pushes for no action. I can't push for action because I've been told I'm tied to this too emotionally. But once again, emotion might be what we need in this situation. Because apparently, having emotion lacked is not helping anything. It's not doing anything. It's not pushing us through whatsoever. So, why? Why do we continue? Why do we continue to let this happen over and 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 over again and over again and over again and over again and over again? This continues to happen, and yet we do not change anything. So I really, really, and I mean really, would like some progressive change. Some people who can push for change without being seen as tied to this in an emotional sense. That is a problem. The problem is also the PPT having an asthma attack when he could get up and go get an inhaler. No one's stopping him from doing that.
Thanks.
But anyways, continuing on.
Open the fucking door.
Because I have more things to read and more things to say. We're going to get really tired of me very soon. Do not fear, for I will, of course, be wrapping this up soon, very soon. My time on this floor will come to an end, to which we will either choose to debate, roleplay LARP bills, or we can adjourn.
I wonder how.
But no. Now, continuing on. I just really hope that at some point we will get change. We'll get progress. We'll get hopes and prayers. We'll get that push forward that we finally need to say that enough is enough. To say that we will not let our children die to gun violence anymore. To say that we will change our statistics and we will not let guns be the leading cause of death in children under 18. We at some point must have change. So I stand up here tonight, after now an hour-long filibuster, just barely breaking my last filibuster record by 10
the fuck is my inhaler?
Just barely breaking my filibuster record by a little under, give or take, 10 minutes. Because I believe that to get things done, we have to cause some good trouble. So, members of the United States Senate, after this hour filibuster, let's cause some good trouble. Mr. President, for the last time on the Senate floor tonight, I yield the floor.
I'm seriously looking all over my fucking office and I cannot find my inhaler. Oh no. Maybe the PPC might die.
Well, well, well. Ah, we haven't concluded yet.
Um.
All right, you know, Mr. President, I'm just a part of this chamber at this time.
If Salvador does not come back, he might be passed out in his office.
Mr. Oh, he's stepped out.
What the fuck is his inhaler?
Who is this? Should, should someone check on him? Should someone check on him?
I swear to God, I just broke the record for a filibuster in here again. I swear to God, if the president decides
Yes.
to, if the president pro tempore of the Senate decides to die and that makes headlines for the filibuster I just did for an hour and 10 minutes, I'm killing myself next.
Oh my goodness.
And it's all gonna be because I did not bring my inhaler. Wasn't this interesting?
Uh,
I mean, you can't technically die from an asthma attack. You can pass out, but if you have severe asthma, then you might. Who the fuck?
we need the president to come back from their office. Um, Barba, you should probably go check out.
Why me? I just stood up there
Uh,
for an hour
I
and
don't,
spoke.
I
Why
don't,
I gotta check
I
up
don't.
on him?
Oh, goodness gracious! Somebody just called the ambulance already. Um, we've been up here for way too long. This is
I
yes,
cannot
can
take over as chair since the session
well,
is actually in session and there technically isn't already presiding officer.
oh my gosh, can Wake up, PPT. Mr. President. Please tell me he got his inhaler, and please tell me he's on his way back from his office. Yeah, exactly. Why is uh
Someone shoot that news drone down.
oh my god. Well, this session is taking way too long. Oh my goodness gracious.
Um. Um. Uh-oh.
What?
The Senate stands in a period of recess subject to the call of the chair.
Goodness gracious. Oh my. Barba, you killed. Barba. You killed him.
Why didn't you bring me up?
Who?
Me. You.
I was reading a speech the whole time.
Too damn bad.
Bonjour.
That
We're in recess subject to the call of the chair.